Good evening, everyone. Time for this week's silver update. You are looking at the 2-hour chart on netdania.com. You can click on the links below. And I am doing more of a test video than anything else right now because I woke up to a catastrophic laptop crash where I basically lost the power connector, lost everything on the laptop, and had to go get a new one. So went and got a new laptop and had to pull out the hard drive and pull everything out. So I've been working on that all day and all the adjustments to all the software. So it's going to kind of be a test run to see if this works out or not. I think I'm not going to be able to post in 1080p anymore. I think it's just going to be 720p, but it's going to improve my processing time quite a bit. So we'll see how this turns out. Now this chart is the rolling over 2-hour, and you can see there's some trend lines here, down trend lines. There's the main uptrend line, and then you can see what looks to be a very important support line. A lot of the testing came in there, and then we're coming back and we're testing. So it's really looking like we're getting a rolling over situation, that we're going down. We look to be going down, and how far down we go, that's the big question. It does seem that the physical and the paper are more and more so disconnecting, and we're looking for, ultimately, I don't know how it's going to happen or how it's going to shape up or how that's going to shake out, but eventually we're looking for the paper market and the physical market to just completely disconnect. So didn't have much of a topic this week, just wanted to point that out and go over to some of the sites just to see what's available to buy. Now first of all, I did eBay, so I wanted to do that real quick. And the reason why I sound like a broken record on the numismatics is because that's what I like to buy, and that's what I think holds its value and actually increases. So wanted to visit the numismatics that I think are valuable and hopefully find some here on the sites where you can make some picks that will be just a little bit above spot but will be numismatics in the future, so you can get kind of that double whammy. So you can see the Canadian Grizzly here there's $56 it just went for. That was today. And right underneath it is the Timberwolf. Here's another Grizzly, $43, $48, $45, $44. So that's the Grizzly. We want to look at the Timberwolf and see how much that one's going for. And that one's going for, there's two for 100, there's one for 61, there's 65, 55, so that one's quite a bit stronger. I think it's a little bit more popular than the Grizzly. Here we go. Here's some really good pictures of it. So that's really a beautiful coin there, and I just don't think you can go wrong. If you can pick up that coin, I think until we go to very, very high prices, that coin's going to keep a very rich premium. Now, my favorite, of course, is the 2010 Lunar Tiger, and that's one that I purchased a number of when I get my hands on them. Not for a lot above spot. Actually paid about $5 above spot for these. But you can see well, there's a lot of colorized ones there. So we actually need to put 1 ounce. Sometimes you need to add things to get exactly what you're looking for. Hopefully we'll get some there. They're still getting the colorized ones. Here's one that went for $80. That was a couple days ago. And there's another one went for $81. So you can see that one is a real good numismatic coin, and I'm really glad that I picked that one. As I've said before, I tend to try to pick the coin based on the beauty. That's why I really like, and that's just personal opinion. So that's like art or anything else. You're going to be right sometimes, you're going to be wrong sometimes. That's why I really like the Timberwolf. I really like the Grizzly, but I don't really like that Cougar that's out, and it appears that a lot of people don't like it as well. So it's just it's kind of a guessing game. There's the 2007 Koala, and that one, again, I point out, that one's kind of a numismatic play due to rarity, just because it was the first of the issue and they only minted 300,000 of those. So there's $81, $83, $80, $80. So people are consistently paying 80 or so dollars for this coin. So that's a fantastic coin. Now I've got a lot more of the 2009s than I have of the 2007s, and they don't go for quite as much. You can see 50 bucks. There's another 50 bucks, 42 bucks. So they're not going for quite as much, but they maintain their value fairly well, hopefully enough to keep you from getting shaken out. So let's jump over and look at some of the deals. Now, APMEX, I chose 2012 silver products just to look and see what was new. What really jumps out at you here is that they just listed this 2012 Koala, and I've got to take a look at this one and decide. I really can't decide on that artistic pattern there. I have to think about it. Maybe I'll ask my wife. But it's kind of cute, but it's kind of furry or something. I don't know. I don't know if that one's going to be a hit or not, but that's a 2012 that they don't have any of. Here's your Maples. Now, I've mentioned before, the Maples, the Philharmonics, and the Eagles are not my favorites because they don't change, and therefore they don't really get a rarity premium on them. So now we've got a nice 2012 Somali elephant, and this is a hot item according to APMEX, and that's only about $32.66 for the bank wire. So this one may be the pick. In fact, I think I'm going to go with this one. This is going to be my favorite right now. This is going to be the one I want to watch over the next few days and weeks. If we get a downdraft, we need to look and see how many of them they have, because a lot of times they evaporate. So they have a good amount. They have about 2,700 of those. So I really like that one. I think that one's going to be my pick. Of course, we have the 2012 1 ounce down here in the Koala, and that one's gone. And the prices are getting too high at that point. So, and I don't really like the Cougar. It's not bad. It's just the way his mouth's open. I don't know. Something about that coin just doesn't do it for me. So I'm definitely going to go with this 2012 Somali African elephant coin at $32.66 for the bank wire. I don't see how you can go wrong with that. That's my pick. That's the one I like. That's not an investment advice. That's just my favorite. And the one I think will do the best with numismatics going forward. That's available, of course. So the other one we had was Gainesville. And I chose 1 ounce foreign coins. And the first thing that jumps out at you here, and then you list them, of course. You want to change and list it by price. So this is by the cheapest first, and the first thing that jumps out at you is they're all gone. You can get generic ones. Here's your Buffaloes. They have those, so that's 30 bucks. Pretty good deal. And there's some Maples. A lot of the stuff is out of stock. Now this, I don't know how you pronounce that. Is it Harius? I don't know. Someone tell me how to pronounce that, but that's a new round. I haven't seen that one. I don't know. Not really the greatest round I've seen. I know they make 100 ounce bars. And that's about it for the cheap stuff. This Taku, let's check that one, because that was one of my picks. That was a big pick for me on the numismatics. I didn't buy a whole bunch of them, but when they were cheap, I did buy them, and oh boy, is that a beautiful coin. I don't see how that can't. I can't see how that can't be a numismatic top seller. But let's take a look at the eBay on that one, just because I'm curious. and unfortunately they're out. So you might want to look around and see if anybody else has them. Those are beautiful coins. So you can see not too much of a premium right now. 42 bucks, 48 bucks, 45 bucks. So definitely like that coin. Don't really have a pick on Gainesville. The pickings are pretty slim with them. But I definitely like that 2012 Somali African elephant on APMEX. So that's going to be the pick. I want to do a quick blog roll. Like I said, I don't even know if this video is going to turn out because I've got all new production based on this new laptop. So I want to cover the top stories. There's an interview with Andy from Miles Franklin, and he's ranting about silver. He's really good. He's on SGT's channel, so you want to listen to both parts of that. There's an interesting video I posted that is on the Silver Eagle bullion program, and it shows you how they make them, and it's really interesting, so you want to watch that. There is the latest from, let's see, is this the Surviving the Collapse, Economic Collapse? Oh, this is for fall, and this is just his experience and knowledge from Argentina and what he experienced there, and just some tips about how to get ready for collapse if it's coming. Hopefully it's not. We've got an article from the Black Swan creator. This is, I pulled this off as Zero Hedge, and then I went ahead and got a Black Swan image that you can look at there. I try to put images in there so that there's a little bit more interesting. And next is a simple plan to keep your assets safe. That's from KC Research, from Out of Control Government Spending. That's also a good read. And What Would Ron Paul Own? That's from the Dollar Vigilantes blog. Also very excellent read. And then there's QE to Infinity and Beyond, and that's from Gold Money. And I've added JS Mindset as well to the blog roll up there. If you do have any suggestions on blog rolls, and also suggestions of things that I should take off, I'm thinking about taking off some of the Empire Avenue stuff like that, some of the stuff, and maybe put in categorization of links and things like that. But if you have suggestions, I'd appreciate that. The live traffic feed from Fidget I think is kind of interesting. You can see the people that are visiting. I've put on the map that has the list of where people are coming from, and I was frankly kind of shocked by it. You can see the states, pretty much all 50 states, and Canada, UK, Germany, Australia, Netherlands, those are the top ones. So, but a lot of people all around the world interested in silver, and of course that's how this banking cabal is going to be taken down, is by people buying physical silver, and that's pretty much going to be the end of the game for them. So looking for a enjoyable holiday weekend, and hopefully you can get some shopping in. I haven't opened my presents that I've received yet, but I always, since about 1995, I've requested that anyone who wants to buy me a Christmas present, I'm not big on Christmas because well, that's personal religious reasons, but anyone who does want to buy me a Christmas present, they're perfectly welcome to buy me gold or silver, and that's what I've received pretty much from everyone since about 1995. I remember my mom used to buy me gold eagles. I would get, and then sometimes I get a half, or sometimes I get a full ounce gold eagle. This is back when gold was about 250 bucks an ounce. So you're lucky if someone can buy you a silver eagle with the way things are going these days. But we're looking for lower prices in the short term, maybe some kind of dramatic bottom, and then a chance to pick up silver real cheap. And we'll talk to you next time.